Hello and thank you for joining me today for your daily reading. So today we're taking a look at doing a shadow work spread. Okay, so obviously this reading, it's not going to be relevant for absolutely everybody, especially not for those who are not interested in doing any kind of shadow work on themselves, which is all to do with like self-healing and self-improvement. Okay, so we're going to be taking a look at how others are seeing you right now, and in contrast how you see yourself, and then we're going to look at some guidance as well. Okay, before we get into all of that though, we are going to pull on the topic at hand. Okay, so the main concern that's going on for you right now when it pertains to your shadow work, and you've actually got two cards that have come out here. So you've got epoch, pause in your journey. So that's taking a pause, taking a break so that you can reflect on everything, so that you can reflect on everything that you've been through, on all of the challenges that you've already overcome. Okay, some of you are definitely needing to give yourself far more credit. Yeah, you really do need to give yourself a lot more credit, and then getting yourself ready mentally, physically, emotionally for the journey that's ahead. Okay, so it indicates, look, there is a lot more to your journey that is yet to come. Definitely don't rest on your laurels, don't take anything for granted, and give yourself that credit. Okay, taking that pause, that time to reflect. Then you have number 19, which is Naz, feel loved and proud. Yeah, that plays a lot into everything that I've already just said. Okay, feel it like, look, there's nothing wrong with feeling proud of what you've already overcome. Okay, nothing wrong with having a little bit of pride at all. Pride is not a dirty word. Okay, it's just, you know, sometimes people can take that out of context and they can be too prideful. All right, I mean, think about it. We're doing a shadow work read. Okay, has someone told you, oh, you're so full of pride, Neo, oh, you're so egotistical, oh, you're too prideful, you're too boastful, yada yada yada, and have you been too prideful? Like, you will know whether that rings true for you or not. Or has someone been saying that to you deliberately to try and keep you cut down to size, in their opinion? Okay? Again, I always say, look at your source of information. Who is it that's making you feel certain kinds of way about yourself? Look at them as a person, you know? Look at their past, look at the direction that they're heading in. Are they really the type of person that you want to be accepting any kind of criticisms from? Probably not. Definitely not for the majority of you. Okay? So yeah, it's time for you to really show yourself that love that you feel that you've been missing out on. Okay? And again, nothing wrong at all with being proud of yourself or showing a bit of pride in yourself, pride in your work, you know. Again, I need to emphasize, it's only when you go overboard does that then become a problem. Okay? Right, so I'm going to take the full healing message of that one for you. And again, don't forget to use your own intuition, okay? Whatever messages come through via your own intuition, you definitely do need to run with as well. Right, so this one says, this card represents the pride that you feel from being loved. No matter what, you are cherished and essential. Yeah, so the main situation at hand for the vast majority of you who are drawn into this reading have never felt really loved and cherished. That's what's been missing. So you might have been looking for that within other people, and then finding that you could never get it, you know. Spirit's saying you have to give that to yourself. I know it sounds cheesy, okay, but you have to love and cherish yourself. Okay, you don't find that within another person. You will always be loved by the universe. The maiden holds the bird, its head raised in confident pride, in a crystal nest, her loving hands neither grasping nor yielding, but in fact a perfect balance of nourishing freedom. Yeah. So in relationships, but whether romantic or familial or, you know, any kind of relationships, do you catch yourself trying to hold on to that for all of your worth? Or do you just allow it to breathe? Are you afraid? Are you afraid to allow the love to breathe and to just be? Or do you feel that you have to grasp onto it with everything that you have in fear of losing it again? Remember, we're doing a shadow work read. I'm not going to sugarcoat anything. I don't tend to sugarcoat anything anyway. But certainly within the shadow work reads, I definitely do not pull any punches. Okay. Ask yourself and answer it to yourself honestly. No one else needs to hear the answer. In any kind of relationship, do you find yourself with a fierce, unwavering grasp onto that person, afraid to let them just be? Afraid that they will escape or elude you? Do you chase? Do you chase after love and affection? Do you fall to your knees whenever someone gives you a compliment? Because it might be, okay, I don't know what that crash was, and I don't want to know. We got 4 cats in the house. One of them is currently wrecking the place. I choose ignorance. I'm going to keep reading. I choose ignorance on this occasion. But I digress. When someone gives you a compliment, how does that make you feel? Does that immediately trigger something within you where you feel then attached to that person because they gave you a compliment? When you look back in past relationships, again, any kind of relationships, romantic or otherwise, how did that relationship that stands out the most to you, how did it begin? Did it begin with them giving you a compliment when you were at your lowest ebb? And they caught you, didn't they? They caught you when you were feeling your most vulnerable. You know, sometimes people that do that, they can smell it. It's like blood in the water. They're the shark, and they could smell your blood in the water. They could smell your need, your desire to be loved and to be cherished, to be accepted. People like that target folks who have had, for all intents and purposes, a difficult beginning in life. Okay. Was it a lack of self-love that made you feel that you had to hold on tightly to that person? Your head tricked you into thinking they were the only one that was going to love you. Again, all of these questions only you can answer for yourself. Okay? True love needs to breathe. The same way that woman isn't suffocating the wee bird. It's safe, it's protective, and that bird, if it wants, it can fly, stretch its wings and fly, but then it can also come back again when it wants to. Very profound metaphor for just allowing love to be and allowing it to breathe. Okay? Rich hues of blue in her gown suffuse and anchor the energy of love in a deep sense of unconditional support. Whatever happens in the day-to-day ebb and flow of physical existence by virtue of your birth, you are loved, you are supported, and you're wanted. So in spite of perhaps other people's actions towards you that made you feel that you were unlovable, maybe some of you had parental figures that told you or otherwise showed you through their actions towards you that they didn't love you. Universe loves you. Spirit loves you. Okay? You are part of the universal expression of life, its greatest accomplishment, its greatest pride, and its greatest joy. Feel proud of the fact that you are you, a living miracle. It is time to sing your song. And isn't that a powerful way to begin your shadow work reading? By sheer chance of you being here is in of itself a literal miracle. It's time for you to sing your song. All right? So, with that being said, I'm now going to start pulling your tarot. And we're going to see what else comes out for you guys. Okay, how do others see our collective who is currently doing their shadow work at this point in time, please? How are others seeing our collective? Whoa, that was super fast. High Priestess, first card out. Wow. So you're definitely giving off this aura of an unspoken strength with the High Priestess. Okay. It feels to me that others, they know that they're not going to be able to pull the wool over your eyes. Basically, this is the new energy that you're giving off. Okay, High Priestess, Chariot, and the King of Swords. You've quite simply been through far, far, far too much to be anybody's fool. People, on the whole, see you as someone who really does conduct themselves in a manner that is very thought out, okay, with this kind of energy. They also see that with that quiet power, that quiet strength, it's like you know a fuckload more than what you actually say. And energetically, this is picked up off it by other people. And it just goes to prove that there is a power in strength, in saying only what you mean and meaning what you say. People are seeing that you're as good as your word also. So when you say something, you absolutely mean it. There is no wishy-washy energy with this. None. How do you see yourself? The King of Cups. Emotionally mature. You've managed to balance out your emotions. You've managed to self-regulate your emotions quite effectively as well. So whatever you're currently doing, keep doing it. Okay? Definitely keep doing it. You've also seen evidence of what I've just said playing out in real time. Because you've been attracting, I would say, quite a lot of attention, but you might not fully realize why you've been attracting a lot of attention. Do you know what I mean? King of Cups, Queen of Wands, Justice. Now, for a tiny handful of you, you're sitting there saying, I see myself usually as the side guy or the side chick. So it was actually romantic relationship issues that started you on this path of self-discovery and doing the shadow work. Wondering why you were always treated like the other man or the other women, you know, always wondering why you were basically being used for one thing and one thing only, but then never getting any kind of commitment or something solid and tangible from your relationships. It always felt really one-sided. Do you know what I mean? So with that being said, we are seeing something happen to this energy where you are actually balancing that out. Okay. So I can give you the answer. The answer was love and the types of people that you were attracted to and the types of people that were attracted to you, because there was that lack of love that had been shown to you in your formative years, basically made you feel like you had to go chase love. And it was that energy of chasing that attracted the wrong types of people. So what Spirit's saying here is, look, you have always been lovable. It's just unfortunate that you were never around the correct types of people. Okay, that's what was going on. And you see yourself now as definitely a lot wiser, definitely a lot more informed, more knowledgeable, and really sort of balancing that out, correcting certain mistakes, correcting your energy. And I'm not feeling any types of grudges or resentments either, which again, just really does emphasize on that emotional maturity. Okay. Your guidance, Six of Cups, the Two of Wands, and the Hermit. Okay. Yeah. Your guidance, see with that past energy with your Six of Cups coming out, something keeps pulling you back into that childhood era, right? I don't know exactly what that is, but something keeps pulling you back into that. And it could well be that maybe there is something else also that you're needing to take a look at, okay? See how you got the Six of Cups and the Hermit that's basically bookending the Two of Wands. The Two of Wands is your two paths, your two decisions, two choices. Planning ahead now for the future. So there is something that you're needing to reflect upon that is to do with your past or your childhood, okay? It could be a skill that you used to have, maybe even as a teenager. You were really, really good at something as a teenager, and someone around you made you feel really ashamed of that, told you, don't tell anyone that you're interested in that, hide it away. If anyone else finds out type thing, I'd be so embarrassed, yada, yada, yada. Someone made you feel deeply, deeply ashamed of something that you were really good at doing as either a child or a teenager. Like, you've got a gift. I'm definitely 100% speaking to individuals who are extremely gifted, and I suspect spiritually gifted, with the High Priestess, Justice, and the Six of Cups and the Hermit energy. I highly suspect that. And someone might have made you feel ashamed of that. Maybe it was a conflict with the religion, perhaps, that you were born into, because your guidance is saying you're needing to reflect back into something to do with your childhood, and that's going to provide you the light, the answer that you've been needing, the clarity that you've been missing. Okay. That talent that you used to have, is time for you to pick it back up again. It's under there. The Knight of Swords. Yeah. That's really fast energy. It can be a bit disruptive. And I feel that some of you were taught or told when you were younger, why do you have to be so disruptive? Why do you constantly have to go against the grain? Why can't you just do what you're told? Do you know what I mean? Because why the hell should you? Why should you? Queen of Coins, Four of Wands. Yeah, you doing things your way is what's going to work out best for you. Somebody connecting to this read has had to disconnect from their Four of Wands, from their roots, from their family. They had to go no contact. Or were made to feel that they just don't belong. I've got a little secret for you. If you were made to feel by your family of origin that you don't belong, it's because they were correct. You did not belong. You're not one of them. You're not. You're different. And that's nothing to be ashamed of. That's something to celebrate. Think about it. Think about it logically. King of Swords, logic, energy. Think about it logically. Whenever you're rejected out of any group, is because they kick out those who are different. And that is nothing to be ashamed of. Look at them, look at their characters, look at how they conduct themselves, look at how they treat other people. Consider this as a fact. Who the hell kicks out members of their own family? What type of person does that? Yeah? So what type of person does that make them? And you know that you're a good person, a decent person. So no. You didn't belong in that group. They actually did you a favour. In a roundabout way, they actually did you a favour. And now, Spirit's saying you've got the freedom to go back in to your past, rediscover that skill, that talent, that natural gift that you have. Pull it back out of your past and start utilising that in your present day situations. Okay? You were not put on this earth to be directed by other people, to be maneuvered by other people. That's not why you're here. It is bad enough that we've got certain... I need to be careful. It's bad enough that we have to put up with that kind of bullshit of a certain elites in society, shall we say. That's bad enough. But then to be expected also to put up with that from those who are supposed to be the closest to you is completely unacceptable. Keep going against that grain. That's why you're here. And that's going to be your shadow work for the rest of the month. Can I have a healing message for our collective, please? Thank you. Okay, so you've got 2. Rebirth. Now, isn't that appropriate, given the context of your read? And then you've got learn the truth. So I'm going to give you the full healing message for both of these. You learning the truth about everything that we've covered in this read. I'm not going to repeat it all. That'd be a waste of my time and your time. You learning the truth about everything that we've covered here. That's freeing. Painful, yeah, but freeing. Learn the truth and rebirth. Right, let's take a look. Let's go for learning the truth first. And the truth is, you were always lovable. You were just constantly around the wrong types of people. Constantly. But then it's that introspection as to, well, why did I attract these people in the first place? You know? Okay, right, so in a reading it says, we are human and our nature is prone to error. Yeah, but those errors are opportunities to grow and master a new skill. Sometimes we're unable to see the truth because we compete with ourselves. Our ego doesn't let us move forward because first we have to acknowledge our own shortcomings. You know what it is that you have to do. And it is time for you to sit with the uncomfortable feelings. It is okay if it doesn't feel familiar, because progress happens when we step away from our comfort zone. The truth can be so liberating. See the opportunities that were not there when you had your eyes closed. The owl will be your guide through the darkness. Use this card when you seek the truth. Meditate on the images when you feel overpowered by a choice that you're needing to make and when you need clarity. Envision a dark but a warm place and see the owl landing right next to you. He is friendly and brings gifts, which is the fruit of clarity. He wants your attention. Where will he go? Follow him and discover what path is best for you. And then your affirmation is, my flaws helped me grow, and now I see the truth. Were you one of these that was constantly made to feel like a bad person or guilty because you made mistakes? Everybody makes mistakes. You have to make mistakes. That's literally how the human brain learns, through mistakes. There is no shame in making mistakes. And then rebirth. Let's see if I can find it. Okay, this card could be a very positive in a reading. The rebirth card symbolizes the end of one period and the beginning of another. This card could also represent the release of a bad habit, of unhealthy attachments, and of struggles, or the end of vicious cycles. The moth is born at the end of a time of painful growth, and it's now able to fly. Energy never dissipates, it just changes from one form to another. But if you resist leaving behind the old path, then you will experience some distress. Try to see the positive energy coming at you and the opportunity that you're being given. Leaving something behind and looking back could bring nostalgia and longing for the old days, but the future holds a much different role for you. It is time to face it and to start your bright new beginning. You can use this card when you're in a transitional time, when you need to move or start a new job or say goodbye to the past. Meditate with this card to set your new intention. This is a delicate time and you need to be patient and kind to yourself. Imagine a tingling sensation on your skin. It is gentle, like fluttering wings, but quite strong and moves like a wave to the center of your body. It's moving away from you at first, it forms a sphere, and then it slowly takes its own shape. What is it that you see? Yeah. Really interesting messages there for you guys, and honestly I just genuinely hope that this reading has provided some kind of clarity for you. Okay, right, so to conclude your read, we are going to put in a little bit of light-hearted energy back into it, especially given the fact that, you know, shadow work reads can be really intense, can't they? So to help put a smile back on your face, I'm pulling from one of my very many cheeky decks. If you're sensitive about swearing or any sarcasm, then just put your fingers in your ears, okay? Right. So for those of you who are staying, it says, be a badass love beam today. Well, that's right. Today it's your job to fill every room you go in with laser beams of love. If you can't do laser beams, then make your heart a bubble machine and fill the room with bubbles. And if that doesn't work for you, then just bring donuts to work. Donuts make almost everyone happy. Go forth with your mission, grasshopper. Yeah. So everything that you do, do it with love. Okay, be a badass love beam today. So, you know, just because you weren't taught love growing up, it doesn't mean that everybody's that way. Okay. Right, and that is your shadow work reading for today. As I said, I just genuinely hope that that reading has been helpful. If you feel that you could benefit from a personal reading, then bookings are available on my website, which is phoenixkeiatarot.com. The link for that is in my description box below, okay? I hope you all have a lovely, lovely day, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.